How you fix run defense? By Sunday.
By Sunday?
By
I thought you
Sunday.
meant by 2026.
By Sunday.
It's been bad for so many years. I mean, I know you've liked some of the things you've seen from Nathan Shepard on tape over the last couple of years. He's a functional, solid player. You liked a little of what you saw from Christian Boyd this summer. He's been okay. They kind of takes turns with Colin Saunders and John Ridgway. Brian Brzee, his strength is still not run defense. They've had the injuries at linebacker. Cam Jordan used to be a huge asset as a run defender at defensive end, but now that he's been replaced playing time-wise with Chase Young and Carl Granderson, I don't think that's their strength. I just don't think they have the personnel at I mean, I guess a healthy Werner and a rested Davis maybe help a little bit, but I think it's something that needs to be revamped personnel-wise, and you can't do that in season. Am I wrong?
No, they don't have the players right now. Like, they need Pete Werner on the field, and they need to score points to play with the lead so teams can't run. That's the only way they're going to hide their run defense, but it's not good enough. They're not strong enough up the middle. Yeah, I mean, I like stuff I saw from Christian Boyd, but I didn't like him as like a starter. I liked him as like a potential guy.
Malcolm Roach.
Yeah, he has good potential, I think. I think there's room to develop. Shep's solid at times. He's had some good games this season, but it's not enough. You need another person there. You mentioned the ends. Cam's not around really, in that mix anymore.
Why were they technique? I mean, DA, this has been a calling card for DA. When he had his best years as a defensive coordinator from 17 through 20, they had the best run defense in the NFL over that stretch. Is it a system that works, but you need to have the players, or has the game changed and the system doesn't work anymore? Like,
I pointed this out a million times, and everybody was like heralding the sub 100-yard rusher thing, and it's like, well, you look at the yards per carry; they weren't always great. Like, the reason they were good at run defense, number one in the league, is because they had the best team in the league during that span. They were winning every game. You can't run on them. Like, that hides some of it. They were much better at it. Granted, like, they weren't getting gashed. They weren't giving up 50-yard runs or whatever. But they were. I think the teams that are at the top of that list are typically. Oh, they're allowing the least rushing yards in the league. Like, who was the other one? Carolina last year had like the best pass defense in the league. Well, yeah, because nobody had to throw the ball on them. Like, so, like, I think within the situation of it, like, that helped a little bit. But they were a really good run defense. But they had better players. Like, DeMario was like as good as any linebacker that's ever played in the NFL during that span. Cam was at his peak. You had like good big guys in the middle that were able to kind of blend in there a little bit. Like, they were just better players overall. And now they're older, kind of some of the same guys. Like, they aren't quite as effective, and your team just isn't as good. So I think it's like a little bit of everything. So, like, if that defense was playing in these circumstances, they're probably like league average run defense, probably not one. But like, when no one can run the ball on you, like, that kind of helps quite a bit. So it's just kind of a combination of a lot of things, I think.
I think DeMario was elite at that time, and I think Cam was too. I mean, he's probably as good of a run-stopping defensive end as you can have in the league. Funny, I was looking up this year's standings, and you're exactly right about the winning teams having the fewest rushing yards per game allowed. Baltimore, number 1. Minnesota, number 2. They were undefeated till yesterday. Pittsburgh, a 5-win team, 3. Kansas City, undefeated, 4. Detroit, 5. Number 6, the Los Angeles Chargers. Oh, good. So, something else the Saints have to go up against.